Let me ask you something simple, but important. If you're over 60, have you ever been told that seafood is one of the best foods you can include in your daily meals? For years, many people have believed that fish and shellfish naturally support heart health, joint comfort, and mental clarity. And in many cases, seafood can absolutely be a valuable part of a balanced diet. But here's something that often doesn't get discussed. As we get older, the way our bodies respond to certain foods may gradually change. Foods that once felt light and easy to enjoy might now feel heavier, harder to digest, or less supportive than they used to be. And sometimes the difference isn't just about the seafood itself, it's also about the type you choose. In today's video, we're going to talk about 4 seafood options that you may want to enjoy more cautiously after 60, and 4 others that you might consider including more often as part of a balanced routine. Some of these may surprise you, because a few of the most commonly served seafood items on restaurant menus and in frozen meals may not always offer the same nutritional support that people expect. At the same time, there are lesser-known ocean foods that may provide nutrients your body continues to need as the years go by. So let's begin with the first group, seafood options you may want to enjoy in moderation. Number 4, squid. At first glance, squid may seem like a light and simple seafood choice. It's often grilled, added to salads, or served in small portions at social gatherings. It's also known for being relatively high in protein. However, squid also naturally contains dietary cholesterol and purine compounds. For some older adults, especially those who have been advised to monitor cholesterol levels or uric acid balance, this may be something to keep in mind. Purines are naturally occurring substances that the body breaks down into uric acid. And while uric acid is normally processed through the kidneys, kidney function may gradually change with age. This means that consistently eating large portions of higher purine seafood may not feel as comfortable for everyone over time. Some people notice that joint stiffness or sensitivity becomes more noticeable after certain meals, especially when seafood choices are repeated frequently throughout the week. This doesn't mean squid needs to be completely removed from your plate, but enjoying it occasionally rather than regularly may be a more comfortable option for some individuals. Next on the list, number 3, imitation crab. Imitation crab is widely available and often used in sushi rolls, salads, or ready-made seafood mixes. It looks similar to real crab meat and is usually softer in texture. But imitation crab is typically made from processed white fish combined with starches, flavorings, and stabilizers to create its familiar appearance and taste. Because of this processing, it may contain added sodium or carbohydrates depending on the brand. For individuals who are mindful of salt intake or overall carbohydrate balance, this may be something worth checking on the label. Highly processed foods sometimes digest differently than whole food sources. And some people find that meals built around minimally processed ingredients feel more satisfying and steady throughout the day. If you enjoy the flavor of crab, choosing real crab meat when possible may provide more naturally occurring nutrients such as zinc and omega-3 fatty acids. Now let's move on to number 2, scallops. Scallops are often appreciated for their delicate texture and mild flavor. They're commonly served seared or included in creamy dishes. Like many shellfish, scallops absorb nutrients from their surrounding environment as they grow. This is part of what gives them their unique taste. However, this can also mean they may contain trace amounts of naturally occurring elements from the ocean floor. For most people, occasional consumption is generally considered acceptable. But if scallops are included very frequently in meals, it may be helpful to rotate them with other seafood options to create variety. Variety in food choices can help balance nutrient intake and reduce over-reliance on any single source. They're also sometimes prepared in rich sauces or cooked with added fats, which can increase the overall heaviness of the meal. Preparing seafood with lighter methods such as steaming or baking may help maintain a more comfortable balance. And now, number 1, shrimp. Shrimp is one of the most commonly enjoyed seafood options around the world. It's often included in salads, stir-fries, pasta dishes, and appetizers. Shrimp does provide protein and certain vitamins. However, it also contains naturally occurring cholesterol. For many people, this may not be an issue in moderate portions. But if shrimp is consumed frequently throughout the week, especially in fried or heavily seasoned forms, some individuals may prefer to alternate it with other seafood choices. Some older adults also notice digestive sensitivity with certain shellfish. If you find that meals including shrimp occasionally feel heavier or lead to bloating, spacing out how often you enjoy it may help. Again, the goal here is not necessarily to eliminate foods you enjoy, but to be mindful of balance, preparation, and frequency. Because sometimes small adjustments in what we eat and how often we eat it can make a noticeable difference in daily comfort. Now that we've discussed 4 seafood options you may wish to enjoy in moderation, let's move on to 4 ocean foods that many people choose to include for their naturally occurring nutrients. Now let's turn our attention to seafood options that many older adults choose to include more regularly as part of a balanced and varied routine. Number 4, sea cucumber. Sea cucumber may not be the most familiar item on the menu, but in many coastal cultures, it has been traditionally included in soups and stews for generations. Its texture is soft and gelatin-like once prepared, and it absorbs the flavor of the foods it's cooked with. One reason it's often included in traditional meals is its naturally occurring compounds that are similar in structure to connective tissue proteins. As we age, joint comfort and flexibility can become more noticeable in everyday movement. Some individuals look for foods that provide nutrients involved in supporting connective tissues. Sea cucumber also contains trace minerals and amino acids that may be helpful for overall dietary variety. It's usually prepared by soaking dried sea cucumber in water before gently simmering it in soups along with vegetables or herbs. Slow cooking methods may make it easier to digest and more enjoyable in texture. Now moving on to number 3. Green-lipped mussels. Native to the coastal waters of New Zealand, green-lipped mussels have become more widely known in recent years. They contain naturally occurring omega fatty acids along with minerals such as zinc, selenium, and iron. Omega fatty acids are commonly included in balanced diets because they are involved in many everyday body processes. Some older adults prefer seafood options that offer these nutrients in a whole food form rather than through supplements. Green-lipped mussels are typically best prepared by gentle steaming. This helps preserve their natural oils and texture. Adding a squeeze of lemon or herbs such as parsley may enhance both taste and overall meal balance. They can be served alongside vegetables or grains to create a complete dish. Number 2, oysters. Oysters are often described as one of the most nutrient-dense seafood options available. They naturally provide zinc, vitamin B12, iron, and selenium. Zinc plays a role in immune system function and wound healing. Vitamin B12 is involved in energy production and nerve support. As we get older, some people choose to include foods that naturally contain these nutrients as part of their regular meals. Oysters can be lightly steamed or gently cooked. If fresh options are not available, canned oysters packed in water or olive oil may also be used in salads or warm dishes. Serving them with a squeeze of lemon may add flavor and variety. And finally, number 1, sea moss. Sea moss, sometimes called Irish moss, is a type of red algae that has been traditionally used in certain regions for culinary purposes. Unlike fish or shellfish, it is not a protein-rich seafood. Instead, it contains naturally occurring minerals and soluble fiber. Soluble fiber can contribute to digestive comfort for some individuals and may support overall meal balance when included in moderation. Sea moss is often soaked in water until it softens, then blended into a smooth gel. This gel can be added to smoothies, soups, or warm beverages. Some people choose to include a small amount daily as part of their routine. As with any new food, starting with a modest portion may help you see how it fits into your personal preferences. These are 4 ocean foods that many people explore when looking to create variety in their seafood choices. In the final part, we'll review everything we discussed and talk about how small adjustments in your weekly meals may support overall comfort and balance. So now that we've explored both groups, let's take a moment to bring everything together. Seafood can absolutely be part of a balanced eating pattern as we grow older. But like many foods, the type you choose, how often you enjoy it, and how it's prepared may influence how comfortable and supportive it feels for your body over time. Earlier, we talked about 4 seafood options that some individuals prefer to enjoy in moderation after 60. Squid, which naturally contains purines and dietary cholesterol. Imitation crab, which is typically a processed product with added ingredients. Scallops, which are sometimes included frequently in rich preparations. Shrimp, which many people enjoy but may choose to rotate with other options. Again, this doesn't mean these foods need to be avoided completely, but being mindful of frequency and preparation may help create better balance in your weekly routine. On the other hand, we also discussed 4 ocean foods that many people choose to include for their naturally occurring nutrients. Sea cucumber, often used in traditional soups. Green-lipped mussels, which provide omega fatty acids and minerals. Oysters, known for their zinc and vitamin B12 content. Sea moss, a source of soluble fiber and trace minerals. Rotating different types of seafood throughout the week may help provide a broader range of nutrients without relying too heavily on a single choice. You might consider simple preparation methods such as steaming, poaching, or baking. These methods may help maintain texture while keeping meals lighter and easier to digest for some individuals. Pairing seafood with vegetables, whole grains, or healthy fats such as olive oil or avocado may also support a more balanced plate. Sometimes even small changes, like swapping one seafood item for another once or twice a week, can add variety and make meals feel more comfortable. As always, personal preferences, dietary needs, and any existing guidance from your healthcare provider should be taken into account. If you found this discussion helpful, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. And consider subscribing for more simple ideas that may support everyday strength, clarity, and comfort as the years go by. I'll see you in the next video.